What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wednesday's episode of What the Hell?
Mine's better.
No, it's not.
Mine doesn't fly off when I go like this.
That's because of my ponytail. It's that fabulous.
It knocks everything off.
Yes.
Overdoes it Sarah.
Overdoes
Welcome
it.
back to Wednesday's episode for the third fucking time in a row.
How'd it feel? I tried to do my intro fucking 20 times. I must have said episode 36 fucking 15 goddamn billion times.
But as usual, guys, welcome back to Improv Gaming. This week we are going to be talking about the one thing you're most excited for Christmas this year. I'm Jeremy Bird, the biggest Zelda fan in the world. You know me.
Ever and all time. Ever and all time.
What?
Ever and all time. Not just for this year. Ever and all time.
Ever and all time. Infinity.
That you've ever been excited for.
Porn.
I don't even bother. The one, okay, whatever he said. So
For Christmas.
biggest Zelda fan in the world coming at you once again.
You're gonna so fuck Nick up on his.
Yeah.
We're
So,
coming
I'm talking with the two best
Grinch.
guys I know in gaming. To my far right, I have the biggest dick in the world,
I'm
Nick's a
fat.
dick. Nick's a dick.
Mr. Nicholas De Jesus. And to my center right, we have,
Center right.
Yep.
That makes no
I
sense.
know. To my right, we have the
Which
host
could
with the
be
most,
center.
Mr. Wondering himself, Pete Anderson.
What's good?
You're
Motherfuckers.
That's the dopest.
it's gonna
It's dopest.
be. So here's what I heard this week. It's been said that the Nintendo NX does not need to compete with the PS4 and the Xbox One to be successful. What do we
What?
think about that? How do you like them apples?
Why doesn't it need to compete with those two?
It popped up on my phone.
Was there a reason behind like the claim?
Stupidity.
Like what's the reason behind the claim? Like is it because it's supposed to be this next generation where it's not a full-fledged home console, it's a mobile as well? Like what's
Hold on, I'm looking it up because literally I saw
It has to compete with them.
like I
If
don't
they
know.
don't, it's gonna be like the Wii U. It's gonna sell what, 10 million copies?
Yeah, and then
in
it'll
total?
be you know, sitting in a fucking trash pile with next to ET.
Hey,
Oh, E.T. Or the Dreamcast.
Yes. Or the Dreamcast. Which I thought was actually a great system.
yeah.
It was alright.
Pete's like, it was alright.
It was alright.
Pete's Mr. Positivity, and he's just like, yeah, you know, it was alright.
It was alright. It was ahead of its time.
It was okay. It was. I thought it was ahead
That's
of
why I
its time.
said it. You think I'm
I
lying
thought
to
it
you.
was ahead of its time.
You son of a bitch.
Had
No, there's
mobile
no way.
gaming, had fucking downloads and fucking internet connectivity.
Here's
and
what was
fucking-
said. Okay,
It was a fucking astonishing system.
an analyst says.
Should have a topic just on Dreamcast.
An analyst says, I don't think the NX needs to compete with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox to be successful. Nintendo has a history of doing things their own way. That's partially what allows them to deliver excellent oddball experiences like Splatoon and Super Mario Maker, completely out of left field. When this experimentation works, as it did for the Wii, the DS, and the 3DS, it has paid dividends for Nintendo.
Okay, I can't listen to this. This is a joke. There's no way that Nintendo can survive without competing.
They have to
with Xbox.
compete.
They
They
have
have to compete.
That's what I said. I read it and I'm like, that's bullshit. What are you trying
They
to
have
do?
to compete. All right, if they. The analyst is wrong. All right,
That's what I said. I read it and I'm like, that's stupid.
I've been saying that they don't have to compete because their mobile and handheld platforms are phenomenally rocking the market. So that's why they don't have to compete with Xbox. If they want to bring a console to market and they want it to be successful, they definitely have to
Step that
compete
shit
with
up.
Xbox One and PlayStation 4. They just have to.
That's why-
those are the other consoles on the market. Like you can't just say, "Hey, I made a motorcycle, but it's not like your kind of motorcycle, so I don't have to compete with you, Harley Davidson." No, you still do. Like, do you want to ride a crotch rocket or do you want to ride a fucking hog? Like, you still have to compete.
Wonderful metaphor.
Yeah, no, like I was saying was, I like it was said that right now the NX could be, it hasn't been revealed, but it could be one of the most it could be a more powerful system than both the Xbox and the PS4.
Yeah, but you see, with what we talked about on our coming soon,
YouTube.com/gaming.
of course he's gonna do
With
that.
yeah, like you were saying with the
With that ad hoc, like I can understand why they think it's gonna be the most powerful system out there because it's not just one system working on your game. But when there's no other systems working on your game,
it's gonna look like garbage.
Yeah, and then what it warrants them to charge you, top notch, prices for subpar capabilities on a single console.
Yeah. So like I said, I don't know what. Back to what my question was. He's an idiot. I agree with you guys. He's a complete fucking idiot.
There's no way. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are.
I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about it from a business standpoint, in terms of, or not even a business standpoint, in terms of what we were talking about last week on youtube.com/Improv Gaming. Do you like that? He hates me now because I took that. When we're talking about publishers and developers, Nintendo has been able to maintain creativity, and they don't have to compete when it comes to creativity. But they do, if they're gonna put hardware out into the market, it has to compete with other hardware.
Yeah.
That's just the way it works.
I hate how much I love that.
But this week we're talking about what's the one thing you're most excited for Christmas of all time.
Yes.
You're welcome.
What's one thing that really blew your socks off, or that you were really...
I was really excited to get my 360 for Christmas.
Yeah?
Because I had my PS3. I got the backwards compatibility, one of the first ones, Got the games. And then little by little, everybody was talking about Gears of War and Fable and Halo and all these games. And, of course, one of my favorite games of all time, Splinter Cell Conviction, was one of the games that I wanted to play. And it was only for Xbox at the time. So I wanted the 360 as my console. And I knew I was going to get it for Christmas. And I was just uber excited. Because then, here it is with Gears of War being discounted because it was out for a couple years. Gears of War 2 being discounted. Gears of War 3 just coming out. Getting those 3 games and being able just to go right through that trilogy. Getting Halo and getting Halo 3 and Reach and ODST. And then getting all these games that were knocked down in price but new to me because I've never played it. And to be a part of that Xbox community, because before that I was never a part of Xbox.
I fucked you mother.
Yeah, exactly. I've always been with the Sony where it's like, I would like to do things to your mother. Instead of saying, "Fuck your mother."
What you like on Nintendo's that thing?
I wasn't so excited to get my Xbox 360. I was excited to get
Well, this is the Nick show.
my PlayStation 4. When I knew it was coming out, and I was just, not my PlayStation 4, I'm sorry, my PlayStation 3. I knew it was coming out, or I knew that my mom had picked it up, and I was just extremely excited to get the PlayStation 3. I had gotten the Xbox 360 beforehand, and I really didn't want the Xbox 360. I wanted the PlayStation 3. But my girlfriend at the time got the Xbox 360, knowing that I was a huge fan of video games, and her brother was like huge on Xbox 360. Like,
so
he just
she
fucking loved it. So she just figured
it made some most sense.
Yeah, and not to say I didn't have fun on the Xbox 360. I did. I played the Halos. I played Just Cause 2 on it. I played Mass Effect on it. And I continue to play Mass Effect on it because, as you know,
it
carried over. So it was a hook, line, and sinker in that respect. Fable 2 was the first time I experienced Fable 2 with the Halo Reach. I got the dual package collector's edition. And then I played Fable 3, and I played a lot of games on the Xbox 360 that I enjoyed, but I wasn't excited to get that one. I was excited for the PS3, but more than that, I was excited for the PS2 when I got it. I get home from school one day, and there's this box sitting under the Christmas tree.
That's usually what happens.
Yes. Right? And all my buddies had got, well, not all my buddies, but a lot of my buddies had gotten the PS2. So
you were biting your tongue.
I peeled back a corner of the wrapping, right, and I saw a blue box with a silver line that went right through it, right, and I was like, oh. So I took a picture of it, right. Oh no! I called my friend up. This was before we had cell phones that could fucking send pictures.
Yeah.
Right. Called my friend up on the fucking landline with the fucking line. Dude. You got a box. You got a box of the PS2, right? Yes. Pull it out for me. Okay. What color is it? He's like, it's blue, and it has silver lines. Like, yeah. I'm like, yes! Yes! So I'm like jumping in joy because I'm getting a PS2. And then I finally get it, and I played it, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking great. Like, it's got the memory cards that I can look in it. I can look inside the memory card. Everything is 3-dimensional. It was just fucking phenomenal. And then, obviously things got a lot better with the PS3 and the Xbox 360. But like when I got the PS2, it was like the best thing that could have ever fucking happened. And then the Christmas after that, I believe, is when the Xbox first came out. So it was PS2, and then the year after the Xbox came out. And my dad is a huge computer guy. My stepfather, I should say, was a huge computer guy, just into anything that has to do with computers. So when he heard that Microsoft was making a gaming system, he was like, no, you're getting it because it's Microsoft. They're making a gaming system, and you play games, so you're getting it. And I was like, I didn't really give a flying fuck about it, to be honest. So then he got that. And the first game he got me was Dead or Alive.
Oh, nice.
And that was it from there.
Playing on the big donut with the controller.
Yeah, the big fucking, like, it was a fucking monstrosity.
Yeah.
And I'm a small guy, so
Yeah, I remember playing on that, and then I bought my Xbox, and then literally the day after I bought it, the refurbished one, I walked into EB Games, and I'm like, he's like, how can I help you? And I go, can I get a I have the controller, man. I'm like, can I get a better controller than this one? And he's like, you kidding me? I'm like, no, this sucks. I need something better. So he gives me a scaled down one.
Yeah, they had like the smaller ones, which were nice. I loved those.
That big
So
donut fucking
instantly, the moment that I found it, I got the smaller controller. Instantly, I was like, no, I have to do this because. And then they shifted the buttons on the smaller controller, so the red and the black were on the top instead of inside the middle. So it just felt a lot better in your hand.
Right.
Yeah, it's just I did enjoy my PS2, but the thing is, I would always be going out and searching for different games. Like when I got my Wii U, I saw my sister got me the Wii U. I was like, all right, I know I'm getting the Wii U. What are the games? Oh, okay, I'm getting this game. All right. No. So when I unwrapped it, I was like, oh, shit, cool. But I knew.
Yeah.
But like I said, with the Xbox, I couldn't find it. Like my fucking sister fucking hid that shit, and I couldn't find it, so it just added that much more.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting, but to actually get it and see all the bells and whistles and all this stuff. You know, of course, when I got my PlayStation 2, I remember getting my N64, and it was like the coming of Jesus. And I was just like looking, because I went from Nintendo, the classic Nintendo, the NES, to Sega Genesis, and then I was not let down by Genesis, but you know, it wasn't the same, you know. And then I was like, all right, I'm going back to Nintendo. Nintendo's where it's at, even though I hear this PlayStation's cool. I'm Nintendo boy. And just to actually see it in the controller, and I was like, Mario Kart 64. I'm playing Mario Kart for the 64 for the first time on Christmas Day.
Star Fox 64.
Yeah, exactly. Star Fox. Super Mario
With the Rumble Pack.
64. Yep.
Came with the Rumble Pack.
And you're just like, I was just drooling. I was like,
Pokemon Stadium was my shit.
oh my
64.
God.
Oh my, where you can insert your cartridge and then, because I cheated and I got Mewtwo.
Yeah.
So I would insert my cartridge and play with everybody, and they'd be like, "No fucking way!" And I would just demolish them with Mewtwo all the time.
It was
funny story about my Nintendo 64. If you don't mind me sharing it.
take a stroll down memory lane.
Taking a stroll down memory lane. So, when I would go out to my grandfather's house, right? This is how I learned how to kind of be tech savvy and be able to get all
do
this
everything
shit.
for a brother when it comes
Pretty
to
much.
editing.
was my grandfather would always say, if you can connect the Nintendo, you can play the Nintendo. Right? So I was like, all right. And he had this big fucking television, right? And this is the old school beast, right?
Yeah.
The one that like it was on wheels that were fucking fused to the bottom type of shit, right? So I'd be excited to go to my grandfather's house because I would be able to play the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right? So I would fucking roll it back, I would put it all together, I would hook it up, and I would start the games and start playing it. So one year, I get the N64 for Christmas. And I think it was Mario 64 came with it.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And then I got Star Fox, or I got some other games with it. So GoldenEye. Was what I got with it. Right? So I'm playing
my first person shooter.
I'm playing the Nintendo 64 after unwrapping it for Christmas. And this is the first Christmas that my grandfather spent a lot of time with the family. Mm-hmm. And I'm playing it, and my stepfather is looking at it, and he's going, wow, this is amazing what they've been able to do. And my grandfather goes, PlayStation's better, and walks out of the room, right? Instantly, he goes, PlayStation's better, and walks out of the room. So the next morning, I got a double for one. I got the Nintendo 64 for Christmas, and the next day I got the PlayStation.
There you go.
You got
I got them both for one holiday.
Nice.
I was like, ah! I was like a fucking kid in a candy store. I could not believe what had just happened. Just because my grandfather had said PlayStation was better, my dad went out there and got the PlayStation.
Because he wanted the best for his.
He wanted the best
Speaking
for
Speaking of
it.
Nintendo 64, that was actually the console I was that's the console that actually I waited for the most, but you guys ruined my fucking build up.
I'm sorry.
No, I'll give you my quick story. Christmas 1996. I asked for Nintendo 64. My parents were like, "Oh, it's kind of hard to get. It's been sold out everywhere.
I've heard that.
We don't get it." My uncle had a connection. Somehow, so what did they kind of like? Just it died. Like I asked for it, it died out. They didn't say a word about it. So Christmas comes around. I'm not thinking anything. So what did my parents go? Okay, here's your presents. Got decent amount, whatever. And they're like, just don't open the big one till last. And kind of like the kid.
Shit.
And kind of like the kid in the fucking YouTube video, it's the same thing. I was screaming top of my lungs, Nintendo 64! Open the box, and I'm like, holy crap, because I didn't think I was going to get it, but the reason that system actually was one of the best Christmases ever was because that was the console I've spent the most time playing out of everything. I've beaten the most games on the Nintendo 64.
I don't think any of my consoles I've gotten.
Games?
No. I don't
What'd you
think there's been a console that I've gotten that wasn't during a holiday.
Really?
Now that I think back to it, my Super Nintendo was Christmas.
Mine was a birthday present.
My Sega was a Christmas. My Nintendo 64 was a Christmas gift. The Sega CD was a Christmas gift.
I guess my Xbox One's the only one I actually
My
paid for.
Xbox 360 was a Christmas gift, and then the next year I got the PS3 Slim as a Christmas. No. Then I got the PS3 as a Christmas gift. Then the next year after that, I got the PS3 as the Slim as a Christmas gift, and then there was a lull for a little while, and then I got the PS4 for myself as a Christmas gift.
I just love doing that.
Yeah.
I did that for the Wii U last year.
Yeah. I haven't gotten any console that wasn't like as a Christmas gift.
Have you ever gotten, when you got your console, have you ever gotten it where there's like a whole bunch of games and everything, and like you go to pick something up, and then your parents or somebody would be like, no, don't open that one yet.
Yep.
Don't open that yet. You have to wait till you open that one.
Yeah.
And then you know.
For 10 Christmases, I did the same thing being a little kid. They'd be like, all right, pick a present. I go for the big one. They're like, no. I'm like, this big one. They're like,
The
no.
big one first.
That's what happened with my PlayStation 2 also. I was opening it. I was getting all these games. I was like, oh, this is great. And then what my fucking parents did is they put it in the other room. So I got finished with everything, and I had everything for the PlayStation 2 except
The PlayStation
2. So I was like, they're like, oh, you needed we thought you had the PlayStation 2. And the depression. And I was like, okay, I was like, so then I remember they're like, let's have breakfast. So then we go to have breakfast, and you just see me go trying to hold it.
They made you sweat for it?
That's great.
So then my mom's like, I think there's something in the fucking closet, And then I go, what? She goes, I think we forgot one more. I fucking I open, and then they're like, I was like, there is. And they're like, who's it written to? Oh, it's for your sister. What? So then my sister goes to open it, and they're like, you know what? Your brother's really anxious. Have him open the present. So I'm like, all right, I'll open it. One last, because I like opening gifts. I'm going to open it. Then I see, and I go, no. So then I open it and sat, and they're like, what do you think? And I was like, Christine doesn't play video games. And they're like, no, it's for you. And I go,
But it said Christina on it.
and I was like, but they're like, we tricked you because we know how much you like to look for things, so we wanted to fucking like. And then I'm like thinking, I was like, so wait, everything there. And then it like fucking, and I go, but,
I thought they did something like they gave you the games and they gave her the system and you guys had to share it.
no, they put her in, and I remember ripping. I was like, why does she need a PS2? Because it was when I was younger, so I didn't know anything.
I don't understand why she needs a PS2. Wait, but I got all the stuff.
I remember, and just, but it was so much worse opening everything and then just not having the PS. I was like, there has to be another present. And I was like convinced, and my parents are like, no, and I go, there has to be something else. I'm like,
None of this makes sense without something else.
You were saying.
My question is, have you ever like gotten a new console for Christmas and then you get a game you didn't want?
Oh yeah.
Got a PlayStation 3 a couple years
Command
ago.
and Conquer.
Yeah. No, so I got a PlayStation 3 for Christmas a couple of years ago, and literally, I even wrote on my list, I'm like, PlayStation 3, and I wrote, top of the list, Metal Gear Solid 4. I opened the console, and I'm like, all happy, whatever. They only got like 2 games that year, whatever, and I'm like, alright, let's see. Assassin's Creed, okay. Avatar, I'm like, oh! Vaguely, thank you! Day after Christmas, I traded in and got Metal Gear Solid 4 because they didn't get it for me.
Avatar the movie or Avatar the Last Airbender?
Avatar the movie, the game.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God,
That piece of shit. No, it's just so like I opened it and I'm just like, I saw Assassin's Creed. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll play that. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, Avatar. I'm like, oh,
That's what.
thank you. I'm like, oh, this is so getting traded into my.
That's why from now on, if ever I do a console, like I go to my parents and my sister, I go, follow this list. If you don't listen to this list, I'll be mad. Don't go out and get anything.
Yeah, don't surprise me. I've gotten to the point in my life where it's like, don't surprise me. I'll tell you what I want, you get it, and then I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because when you try to surprise, although I gotta say, like my family has been really good about the surprises.
Yeah.
You know, like the Sega Genesis was something I wanted. The Nintendo, I didn't even know I wanted the Super Nintendo because I was like 5 years old. Like all the consoles that they've gotten me, it's always been something that was something that I wanted. Even the Xbox 360 when I got it, I was like, next gen, yes! Like it wasn't like it was like next gen, yes, but I wanted the PS3. But next gen, yes! Like fucking playing it. So every time like I've gotten something, it's always been pretty much on the mark. But I've always I've always been like, just get me what I want. Like I don't want to run the risk. I still don't want to run the risk.
Oh no, like it's been a habit with my mother. She's like, so what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, Liddy, pick something from my Amazon list. She goes, okay. And one year she got me something really expensive off my Amazon list, and I told her next year, I'm like, under $20. This year she goes, I don't know what you want for Christmas. I'm like, I'm like, all right, I'll make it very simple for you. She goes, what are you gonna do? Top couple things on my Amazon list. That's what I want. I literally reorder them just.
Oh, so then
So
She doesn't have to fucking swipe through 8 because I have 300 fucking items on my list. So I'm just like, just those ones. That's what I want. She's like, okay, that makes it simple. She goes, what if I can't get everything? I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's fine with me. As long as you get my calendar, that's the one thing. 26 years I've been getting a calendar from Mother every single Christmas, and it has to keep going.
Yeah,
She couldn't get one for me last year because they were sold out of it, so she got me like 3 weeks after Christmas.
I get my mom the calendars every year. So everything's standby. Like I know what I'm getting my mom every year. My dad always gets the Hess truck every year. It's fucking simple.
you lucky bastard.
What? The Hess truck?
Yeah, everything's simple for you.
Yeah.
Like me, I gotta guess and shit.
I don't know. I asked the
Now
parents,
I
I'm
have
like,
to guess. My dad's like, oh, don't get me anything. And I go,
Hash truck. The hash truck is still here.
yeah, but he doesn't do the Hess truck anymore.
Who cares?
Yeah,
You
right.
collect them.
There you go.
You're not supposed to open the boxes.
No, it's like every year it's like, what do you guys want for Christmas? And I get an email of, here's what I want, this size, this is it, and I'm just like, you guys are
I make a fucking.
See, if I had like a yeah, I heard about you and your PowerPoints that you make. Listen, all right, over here you'll see the list of things I don't want. All right, do not.
I do affect
And like
my PowerPoint.
you send it over to everybody, and like they all got it like downloaded off of their emails.
No, I should. No, it's like Santa Claus. I'll play some music where it's like ring ding ding.
The things we learned in school that our parents hate that we learned in school.
PowerPoint presentation.
I guarantee you, Pete learned PowerPoint presentations in one of his classes, and the next, like, when Christmas was coming, he built the PowerPoint. He was like, listen, everybody, you're going to sit down. All right, my name's Pete Anderson. Let me tell you.
Let's get the projection screen ready. Everybody, as we see the first item here on the list of the Christmas list is a wonderful thing. But
as always, I think.
Yeah, stay tuned for next week with our Game of the Year nominees and awards.
Yeah,
and as always,
guys, as usual, guys, it's one for Christmas and game on.
Game on.